Hello, Liverpool fans. Welcome to the Liverpool Report, your go-to source for the latest news, match updates, and transfer stories straight from Anfield. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that subscribe button now and stay in the loop with all things Reds. Straight red cards by Michael Oliver after exchanging words with him at the final whistle. That meant Slot was unable to hold his usual post-match press conference. But ahead of Sunday's home match against Wolves, the Dutchman was finally able to speak on the incident. When he was asked about his interactions with Oliver on Friday morning, he said there is an ongoing process and wouldn't go into detail about what was said at the end of Wednesday's match, which ended 2-2 courtesy of James Tarkowski's 98th minute leveller. Slot did, though, go on to say, "What happened was the extra time. The additional 5 times it ended up being 8 minutes. The emotions got the better of me. If I could do that differently, I am hoping to do it differently next time as well." Slot is now facing an extended 2-match ban after confronting Oliver post-match with his assistant, Spike Hulshoff. The Premier League did briefly issue a statement addressing the matter before quietly deleting it. It's understood the Football Association will make a decision on how to proceed once Oliver's match report is in, but Slot could still face a ban. Victory in the final Merseyside derby played at Goodison Park would have sent the Reds 9 points clear of Arsenal at the Premier League summit. And while Slot went on to admit that Tarkowski's late equaliser was a difficult pill to swallow, he did concede that the draw was probably a fair result. He said it felt after the referee blew his whistle we lost 2 points, but over the full 90 minutes I didn't feel constantly we were the ones going to win. More that the draw was the fair result. But to be up after 97 minutes, it felt like we lost 2 points. But I felt we won a lot as well. Togetherness of team and fans and how everyone was together. The team were mentally so strong during a game better than last year in a game played in difficult circumstances for them, so to fight and be so strong that gives me a lot of confidence for next 14 games. Togetherness for 98 minutes shows me we are a very difficult team to beat. Liverpool's preparations for their upcoming Premier League fixture against Wolverhampton Wanderers have been hit by a series of injuries and suspensions, leaving head coach Arne Slot with key decisions to make. As the Reds aim to finish the season strongly, they must navigate the absence of several first-team players. One of the biggest concerns is the availability of Cody Gakpo. The Dutch forward sustained a knock during Liverpool's 2-2 draw in the Merseyside derby against Everton. While the extent of his injury is yet to be fully determined, his participation against Wolves remains in doubt. Losing Gakpo would be a significant blow, given his attacking contributions and versatility in the final third. Meanwhile, defender Joe Gomez is confirmed to be out of contention. The England international was forced off early in Liverpool's FA Cup defeat to Plymouth Argyle, and his absence will leave a gap in Liverpool's defensive setup. With Gomez unavailable, Slot will likely have to reshuffle his backline, relying on the likes of Ibrahima Konate, Virgil-van-Dijk, and Andy Robertson to maintain stability. Midfielder Tyler Morton is also set for a lengthy spell on the sidelines due to a shoulder injury. Slot revealed that the 21-year-old's recovery timeline remains uncertain, stating that he could be out for weeks or maybe even longer. Morton's absence further depletes Liverpool's midfield options, which have already been tested by a demanding schedule this season. Adding to Liverpool's selection dilemma is the suspension of curtisjones. The academy graduate received 2 yellow cards during the intense clash with Everton, leading to a 1-match ban. Jones's energy and technical ability in midfield have been crucial for Liverpool, making his absence another setback for Slot as he looks to maintain control in the centre of the park. With these setbacks, Liverpool's squad depth will be tested as they take on Wolverhampton Wanderers. Slot may need to rely on younger players or tactical adjustments to compensate for the missing personnel. Potential replacements such as Harveyelliott, Wataru Endo, or Ryan Gravenberch could step in to cover midfield roles, while Diogo Jota or Darwin Núñez may be called upon to fill the attacking void left by Gakpo. Despite these challenges, Liverpool will be determined to secure a positive result at Anfield. The Reds have shown resilience throughout the season, and with key leaders like Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk still available, they will look to overcome their squad limitations and continue their push in the Premier League standings. David Moyes was grateful to see Everton emerge from the mayhem of the final Merseyside derby at Goodison Park, with a draw after seeing 4 red cards dished out after the final whistle. James Tarkowski slammed home a stunning 98th-minute volley to give the Toffees a 2-2 draw against the Premier League leaders, after Mo Salah looked to have given Arneslot's men one last victory at the famous Old Ground. After an agonising wait for VAR to confirm the goal, things took an incendiary turn inside the old stadium after Michael Oliver had ended the game, beginning with Abdoulaye Doucour's wild celebrations in front of the away fans. That sparked a furious reaction from the visitors, not least curtisjones, who confronted Doucour, grabbing him around the collar of his shirt before players from both sides piled in. Jones was dismissed with a second yellow card for his action, before Doucour was also shown a second yellow by Oliver and sent off as he continued to celebrate in front of the home fans. With supporters breaking onto the pitch, stewards and police became involved, before cop boss Arne Slot and assistant Sipke Hulshoff were also sent off. Slot and Hulshoff were both banned from speaking by Premier League rules at any kind of post-match press conference, leaving Moyes to give his take on the events of the night. It was mayhem all game. It was a bit of an old-fashioned throwback. The bit after the game, I could tell you about it, but the truth is, it's not really what we should be talking about, said Moyes. What I do know is Doucour got a yellow that led to a red, which I am disappointed with as we are short of players. The place was boiling hot all night, emotional. It was an incredible atmosphere inside the stadium. I think it was hugely important that Evertonians get to finish at their stadium as best as they can. I just feel the support in here was unbelievable tonight. It was incredible support, and I think it was fitting they got an end like they did. We didn't win, which was disappointing, but we got a draw in a game that didn't look as if it was going to go in our favour. It would have been hard to come here losing 2-1 and talking about it, but I think the way the crowd stayed to the end, it was a magical moment. There was a bit of toing and froing at the end which might have added to the entertainment. Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk gave the Reds' view to broadcasters. In a thinly veiled jab at his side's rivals, the Dutchman told TNT Sports, "We all know this is their cup final and they will do everything in their power to try and win against us. I think Doucour in the end wanted to provoke our fans from what I saw, and Curtis didn't think that was the right thing to do. Obviously, you know what happens when there is a little tussle, but I didn't think the ref had the game under control. I said that to him." The fallout from Liverpool's Merseyside derby draw away at Everton has continued, with the drama after the final whistle at Goodison Park among the big talking points. On the field, the headline was the last gasp equaliser from James Tarkowski, which means Arne Slot's team are 7 points clear at the top and not 9. However, there's also the small matter of the red cards shown to Slot, assistant Sipke Hulshoff, curtisjones and Abdoulaye Doucour after the final whistle. The Premier League leaders are back in action on Sunday, with Wolves their opponents. They'll need to put the late drama at Goodison to the back of their mind by then, but the last 24 hours have been dominated by Wednesday night's actions. Liverpool and Everton have issued a joint statement condemning racist abuse sent the way of Everton midfielder Abdoulaye Doucour. There were reports of abuse after the match, which saw the Mali international shown a red card. Liverpool FC and Everton FC are aware of and condemn in the strongest possible terms racist abuse received by Abdoulaye Doucour following Wednesday night's Merseyside derby. The statement read, "Such abuse is reprehensible and will not and should not be tolerated." Together, the two clubs will work with Merseyside police, who are conducting an investigation with the aim of identifying the individuals responsible. We also encourage people who witness or experience online abuse to report and highlight it to the social media platforms on which it appears. We must all, including the social media companies, take a zero-tolerance stance. Platforms need to take accountability and action to ban such abusers. Racism and hate has no place online, in our stadiums or in our communities. Michael Oliver's decision to award the free kick from which Everton scored their opener against Liverpool has been queried by former PGMOL chief Keith Hackett. Beto put David Moyes' side in front after beating the offside trap to latch onto Jared Branthwaite's set piece. There was no foul, Hackett insisted when replying to a fan on social media. I counted at least 4 more where fouls were awarded, and there was no offence. Replying to another supporter, he said, "It was not a good performance, and you are spot on with the avoidable yellow to Andy Robertson." The free kick awarded to Everton, from which the first goal was scored by the home team. There was no foul. Arneslot is expected to serve a 2-match ban following his red card at Goodison Park, despite the Premier League causing confusion by deleting a statement. Mirror Football understands a final decision on the length of ban won't arrive before consultation with the referee's report, though. Liverpool head coach Arneslot was dismissed at the end of the Merseyside derby for using offensive, insulting, or abusive language. He is handed a 2-match touchline ban. As a result, the now deleted statement read, "With Slot set to receive his punishment, former Everton centre-back John Heitinga could stand in for his compatriot against Wolves on Sunday." Heitinga joined Liverpool's coaching staff over the summer after a spell working under David Moyes at West Ham.